Last time on Fuja Day, we drilled for coconut water and were attacked by turtles while waiting for the wind to subside so we could cross the tongue of the Abacos from Little Harbour to Spanish Wells. This week, we take a quick trip through Spanish Wells to provision for our 90-mile cruise down the coast of Little Island.
Little pink houses for you and me. It's supposed to be 6 o'clock in the morning, but it's closer to 8 o'clock in the morning. We headed out of Little Harbour today after a 2-week rest in a really comfortable little spot, and immediately we had engine trouble. So we had to stop, drop the anchor, and fix a little impeller problem. It wasn't that big of a deal, but yay me, I figured it out. And now we're going through the cut. It's called Little Harbour Cut. And Danielle is going to show you some swells that she made some video of, and we're going out into the Atlantic Ocean. So hopefully we'll see you soon. We're underway out here in the Atlantic Ocean, and one of the things that our weather guy, James, gave to us was a website where if we ever get internet access, we can get real-time satellite imagery. So that's what I'm checking out right now to make sure that the storms that are in the area aren't going to hit us. And that is a picture of the satellite. We are right in there, and we're going there right now. We got to our destination, and we ran across a pod of sleeping dolphins. They're just floating on top of the water. Have to eat them, huh?
All right.
This is a cuda.
Is it a cuda?
Yeah, it's a barracuda. But
It's a pretty big.
So
Wow, he's a nice one. Well, the problems that we had on the port side engine of the exhaust, the water not coming out of the side, which is indicative of the engine not getting cooled, has repeated itself as we're trying to leave our harbor off Royal Island on our way to Spanish Wells. So Dean is checking it out again. You think it might be a belt?
it's the impeller sticking, and I don't know why. Might be the belt, but it feels like the impeller isn't moving, so I have to move the impeller again. Behind me is what's supposed to be the beautiful town of Spanish Wells. We're gonna go in, we're gonna have a look. We just left 4 days at Royal Island in a great little anchorage through 30 plus knot gusts. So now we're gonna go and do some touristing.
Spanish Wells is a small town on the northern end of Little Island. It's so small that most people get around by golf cart. It was settled in 1647 by a group of English colonists who sailed from Bermuda and wrecked their ship on the Devil's Backbone Reef and lived in a place called Preacher's Cave. We'll be seeing both in upcoming episodes.
We found out that the grocery stores here on Spanish Wells aren't open on Sunday. So we just found a road that supposedly leads to the grocery store. That's our new adventure. How do we get food?
The island was historically a place where Spanish ships would stop for water before returning to Europe, thus the name Spanish Wells. In the 70s and 80s, this was a bustling drug transfer point from South America. Today, the main industry is the spiny lobster. If you eat at the Red Lobster chain, you'll be eating a Spanish Wells lobster. We love the place, and we'll be back on our way to the Exumas. If you haven't already, consider clicking the subscribe button below. After our short stop at Spanish Wells, we're going to make our way through the infamous current cut to the Glass Window Bridge, where we have a close encounter with a real live pirate ship. So we had a successful day of hunting yesterday, but not successful enough to eat our yield, but we did help to save the reefs of the Bahamas. So we're going to show you right now what we left, which is getting kind of stinky overnight in our cooler. He's a little stiff now. That is the scourge of the reefs around the world right now, the lionfish. They are beautiful underwater. Then they turn all red when you hit them, but they're yellow and blue, and they have big flowing fins. All these fins are big and flowing, and these spikes right here, they're supposedly poisonous. And he definitely wanted to poison me yesterday. But there's one less nasty critter. Actually, two. I hit one and it got off and it probably died. So you can see the flies are already coming around because he's stinky.
Jeez.
And Danielle is very happy that he's in the boat and stinky. So there you go. We're doing our part to save the Bahamas, the reefs of the Bahamas.